Here is another episode of Have you ever spoken in front of many people? Have you seen someone deliver a speech live? Let me show you a video clip for an example.
Think of a hard choice you'll face in the near future. It might be between two careers, artist and accountant, or places to live, the city or the country, or even between two people to marry. You could marry Betty, or you could marry Lolita. Or it might be a choice about whether to have children, to have an ailing parent move in with you, to raise your child in a religion that your partner lives by but leaves you cold, or whether to donate your life savings to charity. Chances are the hard choice you thought of was something big, something momentous, something that matters to you. Hard choices seem to be occasions for agonizing, hand-wringing, the gnashing of teeth. But I think we've misunderstood hard choices and the role they play in our lives. Understanding hard choices uncovers a hidden power each of us possesses. What makes a choice hard is the way the alternatives relate. In an easy choice, one alternative is better than the other. In a hard choice, one alternative is better in some ways, the other alternative is better in other ways, and neither is better than the other overall. You agonize over whether to stay in your current job in the city or uproot your life for more challenging work in the country because staying is better in some ways, moving is better in others, and neither is better than the other overall. We shouldn't think that all hard choices are big. Let's say you're deciding what to have for breakfast. You could have high-fiber brand cereal or a chocolate donut. Suppose what matters in the choice is tastiness and healthfulness. The cereal is better for you, the donut tastes way better, but neither is better than the other overall, a hard choice. Realizing that small choices can also be hard may make big hard choices seem less intractable. After all, we managed to figure out what to have for breakfast, so maybe we can figure out whether to stay in the city or uproot for the new job in the country. We also shouldn't think that hard choices are hard because we are stupid.
What was the talk all about? What can you say about the speaker? Let's answer those questions as we discuss public speaking.
So what is public speaking? Public speaking is the process of communicating to an audience. It is more structured and generally takes on a more formal language. It takes careful planning and research and has a purpose to inform, persuade, or entertain. One is ceremonial speaking. These speeches mark special occasions. They are common at weddings, graduations, and funerals. Ceremonial speaking typically involves a toast and is personal with an intimate emotional connection to people hearing it. The second one is demonstrative speaking. This type of public speaking requires being able to speak clearly and concisely to describe actions and to perform those actions while speaking. The third one is informative speaking. With informative speaking, the speaker is trying to simply explain a concept to the audience. College lecture courses involve informative speaking, as do industry conferences and public officials sharing vital information. Lastly is persuasive speaking. This type of speaking requires practicing voice inflections and nuances of language that will convince the audience members of a certain viewpoint. One is the speaker. The speech communication process starts with the speaker, the person who initiated the conversation or talk. The success of the talk will be based on the credibility, preparation, and knowledge of the speaker about the topic. The second one is the message. It refers to whatever the speaker is telling the audience about a certain topic. Speakers should deliver it in a clear way for it to reach the listeners in the same way the speaker is trying to convey it. Channel. It refers to the thing that makes the communication or conversation possible. If you are talking over the phone is the channel in the process. Listener. The listener is the receiver of the message on the other hand of the line. In private conversations, you may have one, two, or three listeners. In public speaking, the crowd and everyone who gets to hear your message are the listeners in the process. Feedback. The feedback refers to the response of the listener or the receiver of the message based on the post. It may be verbal or nonverbal. Interference. Interference is anything that affects the communication process. It may be internal or external. The former may include the relationship between the speaker and the listener, while the latter may include what's going on. Situation. In the communication process, the situation refers to the time and place where the conversation happened. It is the physical setting of the event. One, feel the fear and do it anyway. Public speaking is one of the biggest fears in life. Most people think of top public speakers and assume that they don't get nervous, but for most of them, that's not true. 2. Only speak about what you know. The easiest way to get flustered, nervous, and want to run off stage is if you don't know what you're talking about. Only agree to do public speaking on topics that you know a ton about. Keep your message simple. Don't try to become an expert about a topic you know nothing about the day before the event. Start with a core message around one or two topics and go from there. The last thing you want is to feel overwhelmed when you're on stage. Convince yourself, not the audience. This aspect of persuading audiences can truly be liberating. Most of us deliver speeches and presentations that are speaker centered. After all, we are the ones talking, and the content, organization, and the delivery of the speech is our affair. All they need is to believe that you believe what you're saying. This simple tweak will reframe how you prepare and make it easy to speak on stage. Use stories, not statistics. If you want to be remembered for more than a day, you have to learn how to tell stories, not share facts with your audience. People attending will get bored if you're throwing statistics at them over and over again. Instead, you should try to become a master storyteller. Not only will this help you stay on the topic, but it'll flow more naturally than repeating a bunch of numbers from a survey or study. Telling stories is one of the oldest ways of sharing messages with other people. Keep your message simple. The old saying, keep it simple, really applies to public speaking as much as anything. If you have a super complicated topic or a 14-step process for an audience, it'll confuse you and the audience. Use authority to convey your message. If you're just starting in public speaking, I'm sure you are beyond nervous, but how you show up on stage will greatly affect your confidence and ease your fears. Pay attention to your body language as it impacts your message. Create a power ritual before heading on stage. You should create a ritual that builds confidence in yourself and your ability before going on stage, whether it's an affirmation of, I am confident, or I am worthy, physical activity, or something else. Strive to improve. If you're like most people, you want to be great at something instantly. But public speaking is, like any skill, it takes time to get great.
That's it for today, class. I hope that you could apply what you have learned today once you get a chance to deliver a speech before a crowd. Do tag me or notify me when you do. That will be awesome. Thank you guys for watching, and see you again on the next episode of